studying sucks. That's what most people say because they don't know what they're doing in terms of studying or knowing how to study or knowing how to spend how much time on each topic and knowing their strengths and weaknesses. And then they complain about low grades. They complain about it's ineffective to study certain ways and putting in the hours, but it's still not going in the head. So I'm here to teach you how to study in the most effective ways possible. I'm going to give you 3 tips on how you do it. 2 of them are scientifically backed ways, and third one is from my personal experience as I'm a first year university student at one of the best universities in Thailand, and I'm currently studying business, and I've been doing well in my high school and university so far, so I'm here to help you get better as well. So the first technique I'm going to talk about is spaced repetition. It is basically when you learn something at once. When you first learn it, then you learn it again second time. It's not learn, you review it the second time a couple days later, 1 to 2 days later. Then you do it again. You repeatedly do it till your exams are here or till you have to know the knowledge instead of cramming everything at once. It strengthens your memory and helps you retain information for longer. So let's say you learned something on Monday. You learned history on Monday. And then Tuesday you don't learn history. But then you review it on Wednesday. Review it, and that strengthens your memory. And that's going to help you retain information for longer, and it's also going to make you smarter. And why this is better than cramming all at once is your brain is not being overwhelmed by all the data that you're getting, all the information that you're getting, and you're spacing everything out, which means your brain has more time to retain, more processing power can be devoted to this instead of everything happening all at once. Why this works well is because your brain is forced to recall information that it learned a couple days ago or a bit ago instead of having to review it all at once. And so you give your brain more time to process the information that you've been given. And this is backed by a lot of scientific studies that have been done, and I will be linking them down below so you can check them out and see that I'm not just bullshitting, and I'm not just saying something that's completely out of pocket, and it's actually backed by research. Now we're going to move on to the second advice of the video on how to study, which is active recall. Active recall is about learning something and actively testing yourself rather than being passive about like your notes and your books, rereading your books and stuff, because that doesn't really engage your brain properly. When you learn something, you should go test yourself on it, know what you know, see what you know, and then test yourself again, reread again, test yourself again, and that's how you engage your brain to get your brain to be strengthened more about that topic. And so how you apply this is when you learn a certain topic. Let's say you learn geography this time. You learn about like the hills or something or whatever, and then you have to know specific details about it. What I want you to do is learn that topic, then go find certain questions. Let's say like questions from your textbook or from online, anywhere you can find, and then once you find your questions, test yourself, see where you are, and then go back in your textbook or your notes or wherever resource you learned from, and then see where you're at. And if you're not where you want to be, you go reread your textbook, reread your sources, and then try the test again. Test yourself till you're good enough in your topic. This method actually a lot of people I know uses it as well, and it works for them because you're actively engaging your brain, you're always testing yourself, you know where you are, you know where you want to be, and then you just fill the gap, and then you get better and better every single day. This is also heavily supported by research, scientific research, and I'll be linking that down below as well, along with other research that I have talked about. Now for the advice that is from my own experience, which is really dependent on what you're doing. If you're doing board exams, let's say like IGCSE, which is the British curriculum, you have access to past papers by AQA, Cambridge, or whatever, which you can go through like year by year. Let's say your exams in 2025. You can do papers from 2005 if it's there. I'm just giving an example, all the way to here, and get yourself familiar with how the paper works, how people are going to ask you questions, not how the board is going to ask you questions, and you can get yourself familiarized and know exactly how to answer, because that is important in a lot of exams, and it's going to give you a higher grade, and it's going to make you study less if you know how to answer the exams as well. Also, another way is just read your textbook. A lot of people, they use these modern techniques that I've mentioned previously, and they leave out the textbook part. If you have a textbook, if your college, your high school gives you a textbook, go through it, because a lot of times it's going to help you get better. It's going to give you the knowledge that maybe the teacher did not give you, and it's going to help you fill that gap and hopefully get you a higher grade in your exam, or make you more knowledgeable about the topic you were interested in. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter all the advice that you get. It only matters the amount of effort you can actually put in your studying. If you're distracted while you're studying, even with all the help you can get, you're not going to do anything. You're not going to get better if you're distracted. When you study, focus on studying. When you do something, focus all your power on that thing, because that's going to get you ahead. If you're distracted, that's going to pull you in different directions, and it's only going to slow you down. So my advice is, even if you don't listen to the video, just put full effort in whatever you're doing, and you'll be okay. And yeah, that is basically it. And if you like the video, hit a like, subscribe if you want, and stay tuned for more videos.